Hello everybody, this is Nate P, and I've got another video for you this week. Today we're going to be doing a straight review of an MRE. We've got menu number 24, Southwest beef and black beans. This video is done a couple of weeks upstream from where you guys are. By this point we're in early February and I have already recorded probably 5 or 6 different videos. Some of them are cooking videos with different components, some of them are straight reviews, but I wanted to get a review out here pretty quickly to give you a taste of what I plan on doing sooner than it's going to actually come out. I wanted to also mention a book I've been reading, and I'm probably going to reference this a couple of times. It is called Combat Ready Kitchen: How the U.S. Military Shapes the Way You Eat. And this is kind of a part history of military rations and part discussion of what kind of influence the military has had on the way we eat. I highly recommend it, and I'm going to put a link to the Amazon listing in the show notes. So let's go ahead and open on up this MRE and see what we have. So our MRE is packaged by the Warnick Corporation out of Cincinnati. I don't have a date code on any of this for packaging, so we'll have to take a look at the contents. So we've got Southwest beef here and our tortillas. Ooh, chipotle flavor. Looking forward to that. Accessory packet B on the 119th day of 2015. We have an applesauce cake from the 107th day of 2015. We have a beef snack strip from the 121st day of 2015. MRE cheese spread. Seems like every single MRE I've gotten lately has had cheese spread. We've got a mocha cappuccino instant powder drink. I'm really looking forward to this. MRE spoon. Our flameless ration heater. And our maltodextrin applesauce. Something I've never had before. Good old fancy applesauce. Alright, this is all looking pretty good. Let's get some of this plated up. So before we get to some of the main items, can't forget the accessory packet. Let's get that open, take a look at what we got in here. Salt, moist towelette, beverage base lemonade, and toilet paper. Not much in our accessory packet this time. Okay, so let's start out with our drinks first. Got our beverage base lemonade. So this immediately hits me with a very intense lemon flavor. And there, it says to add 20 ounces to that. So we've got our 20 ounces of water here. So I'm pleasantly surprised that this isn't quite the kind of nuclear, bright yellow kind of color that a carbohydrate electrolyte drink might be. Next, we're going to give our mocha cappuccino a whirl here. So the instructions say 6 ounces of water. That's about 6 ounces of water with this much powder. That seems like a ludicrously small amount for what this is. We'll go by the instructions. This is going to make a really thick drink, which I don't think will be terrible. Guess I'm just a little bit surprised. I'm also always surprised at the packaging. There's a huge amount of space in that beverage bag, and I always kind of wonder why. I know you're supposed to use it as a drink container to mix everything up, but why? We'll let that do its thing for a while. Cheese spread, frankly, I'm not really going to bother with. We all are probably aware of what cheese spread is. I may not even taste this. Got our awesome Zapple sauce, and I am going to try this, but I'm just going to leave it in the pouch, rip it open like that, because all I've got is a plate. So, leave this like it is. Tortillas, again, we know what these are, although they are chipotle flavor. I'm going to put this in the FRH to go with our main. Applesauce cake next. I'm actually really excited about this. Looks like we got some damage here, but let's give this a try. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's really, really tasty. It has pieces of apple in it, and that is awesome. And we have our beef snack strip, probably some form of beef jerky, I would assume. Yep, little tiny beef jerky stick. Our Southwest beef item. I'm going to put this in the FRH. You all have seen an FRH and how it works, so we'll just cut right to plating this. So here we have our applesauce. It looks like, you know, your basic applesauce, maybe a little bit more runny than that. Let's give that a try. Yeah, pretty good. A lot sweeter. There's maltodextrin in that, a bunch more carbs probably. It tastes quite a bit sweeter, but not like unpleasantly so. Pretty good. Next, let's have a look at our beef jerky stick, basically. It's nice and kind of bendy, easily ripped open there. Nice cross section going on. Give that a taste. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's you know, it's your standard kind of processed beef jerky like you get at a convenience store or something. It's not really something I particularly care for. I'm not trying to eat with my mouth full, guys. Eat with my mouth full, talk with my mouth full. You know what I mean. It's not really something I particularly care for, but it's not too bad. It's pretty decent. Let's take a look at this apple. It's called applesauce top, applesauce cake. I'm really excited about this. Nice cross section there. That is really tasty. It is beautifully moist. So much more moist than a regular pound cake would have been. It's got really nice chunks of apple in it and a really decent apple kind of cinnamon flavor. It is the closest thing to like apple pie in bar form that you could get. It is really, really good. Okay, so we've got our tortillas here, and my plan was to put these in with the FRH, but the main didn't come with a sleeve, so I'm going to open these up. I know they're probably going to crack, and we'll have some problems, but at least we'll get to taste them. These are something I've never seen before. They are definitely better smelling than your standard tortilla would be. And yep, of course, right away, both of them are broken. The smell that hits me right off the bat is a, not really chipotle flavor, but a chili, like chili powder. These are probably going to be delicious with our Southwest beef. Let's give one of these a taste. That is a dramatic improvement over your standard MRE tortilla. These should be put in every single MRE that has tortillas in them. It is nice and kind of smoky to start, and then you have this great kind of lingering heat. It's not that bad at all. It's not overly spicy. It's not so bad that somebody couldn't easily enjoy this, but that is amazing. That is really, really, really good. And I said I wasn't going to use the cheese spread, but I think I'm going to try it. I was watching a video by, I think, Kiwi Dude, and he sort of commented that cheese spread is almost never the same. It is either sometimes too thin, sometimes too thick, sometimes different colors. This looks pretty standard though, so give that a try. A little kind of mini cheese chipotle roll up. That is great. That is really, really, really tasty. It's nice cheesy consistency. It is, you know, that kind of smoky, spicy flavor. That is, whoever has developed this, I gotta say, amazing. Okay, so I'm back with our Southwest beef. And I just want to talk for a second about these retort pouches and the book I've been reading. So I'm sure a lot of you are aware that this kind of food packaging exists in the civilian world, right? You can get bags of rice. I've seen potatoes. I've seen, you know, a lot of side items in these kind of microwavable retort pouches. And there's a reason for that. When the Defense Department contracts with a company like, let's say, Frito-Lay or I don't know, Sara Lee or something like that, they are in an agreement with that company that says we will jointly develop a technology to preserve food, to make it more shelf stable, what have you. And then that company can then keep the patent on that technology, and then it gets introduced to the civilian world. If you're interested in that kind of end of MREs, the technology of it, really truly check out this book, Combat Ready Kitchen. It gets into a lot of the kind of industrial end of MREs, as well as some of the history of it. But anyway, that's enough of my blabbing. Let's take a look at our main. It is not very hot. The FRH tried to do an admirable job. Like, the bottom here is pretty cold. The middle is kind of lukewarm, so I'm not super thrilled about this, but let's give it a look. Looking inside there, that looks amazing. Looks really tasty. One of the issues I have, though, is that this didn't come with a little cardboard sleeve or a box or anything. So I didn't have any way of really setting this up easily. And I don't know, maybe that was part of the problem with the heating. Okay, so we got what looks like some corn, got some beef bits, we've got tomato, there's beans in here, lots of good stuff. This is the most inviting smelling meal that I have had. This is something that could be homemade. It looks awesome, and we're going to give it a try. This is probably one of the best meals I've had. You got some awesome chunks of meat, veggies. It is spiced, but not so much so that for a chili head like myself, this isn't extremely hot. It would be pleasing for any kind of palate. This is amazing. This is really, really good. So what I really want to see is how well does the tortilla go with our Southwest beef. So let's put a little bit of that into a tortilla. I bet this is going to be pretty darn great. Kind of roll it up there. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, this is absolutely everything I want in a meal. It's spicy. It's savory. It tastes like something homemade. It tastes like, you know, like a chili that you've cooked in the crock pot for a whole day. This is absolutely amazing. Seriously, the pieces of meat in this, they're stellar. They do not taste like or look like overly processed meat. It is, you know, like you took a pot roast and chopped it up in this. Now, the thing I've been eyeing is this apple cake in with our Zapple sauce. Let's see how this is going to work out. Get our apple cake mixed up in our applesauce. I'm hoping this is going to be something like apple pie, basically. Yeah, not quite. I mean, the consistency of this is not like, you know, a pie crust, but it's a really nice, pleasant apple flavor all around with this nice kind of cakey consistency thrown in. This is amazing. So overall, this is an amazing, amazing menu. I'm gonna have a video coming up in a couple of weeks with pesto chicken. That was the best menu I'd had to this point, but this absolutely blows it out of the water. The Southwest beef is delicious. It tastes homemade. The tortillas go magnificently with this. They have a great flavor, pretty good texture. Obviously they split a little bit, still eatable. The beef jerky is okay. It's a decent little snack, but this apple cake with some applesauce, amazing. This is absolutely the best menu I've ever had. And if any of you are campers, backpackers, that kind of thing, this is definitely something you want. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have some more videos coming out in the next couple weeks that will be more cooking oriented. Right after this, we're going to have a pound cake video. Cheese spread is after that, and I think we get back to some reviews later. So thank you guys again so much for watching.